the twilight of the gods nears, brother will kill brother. Families will be sundered by murder. 4 ages are afoot. An axe age, a sword age, where shields are cloven. A wind age, a wolf age, where the world falls. No one shall be spared.
Welcome to Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion RPG podcast. Prepare for adventure.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
So, do we need to give the lowdown to anybody else before we...
I think, yeah, because...
Did you give them the once over of how the dice mechanics work?
No, they were just reading about who their god is.
You started them off with the training wheels? What is this, Scion Hero?
And, of course, I was showing him his knacks, but Liz, since she's now graciously agreed to join us, has read about her goddess, but you'll have to go over the knacks and stuff for her.
I more or less read the whole sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if there's details that are not obvious from what's on the sheet, that would be
so incredibly happy.
So, pretty much, as your weapon, you have a bow that changes from a bow to a sword at your command.
I have a bow too.
Since you are daughter of Artemis, or son of Artemis, if you want to go that way, because gender is always
There's only 2.
Hey, Artemis is involved. You're lucky she's got kids.
Artemis, the goddess, actually does not reproduce on her own.
She borrows
science. She adopts others.
Yeah. I know a surprising amount about Artemis for never having studied her in earnest.
Artemis is awesome.
Dude, she's a badass. Join the hunt. I should join the hunt.
She killed that peeping Tom.
Yeah.
Does she accept the non-binary?
You watch me, babe. You're going down.
You know what? She is the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Remember, she has that group of virgin priestess, hunters.
Yep.
I was actually going to go for more, but so I gave you that look. I'm like, I love you, but you're touching my
I will.
Would you take these that are dice?
So,
I'm going to hold on to my
Mine
fork.
as well.
Just in case.
So the way the basic dice mechanic works is it's super simple. It's fluid and up to the player. You take one of these
but not the fork.
and one of these. So an attribute and an ability.
No, those belong to my grandmother.
And you basically just add up the circles, and that's how many 10-sided dice you're going to roll. So if you make sense of a combination doing something, that works for me.
Okay, empathy 3, charisma 2. I would roll 5 dice.
Exactly.
Alrighty.
So like with your dex of 4 and your marksmanship of 3, you would have 7 dice for shooting your bow.
Talk about stunts.
Now, also there's little squares under the circles. Those are for epic attributes. That's these because it's Scion Hero. You're just a human that's got a little divine ichor flowing through you. You're not
I
hungry
think it's
yet.
been your jam too.
When you level
and
up,
Jazz.
you actually level up to
You
another
flex the
book,
passion fruit as well.
demigod,
Yes.
which then makes you, as you can see from her, she's more than just human.
because it's tasty.
And of course, once you spend tons of time playing, you then become that.
God.
Yeah.
There's Ragnarok.
Yeah.
A piece of paper stuck.
Yeah, well, I was holding this paper. So, as a demigod, you're pretty human, and the reason why the gods have demigods, have their children, is because fate's a bitch in this game. There's a thing called fate finding. Heroes, I've never really seen fate finding be a problem except for that trash can, that dumpster.
Yeah,
You had a dumpster in Chicago that became a thing. It was fate bound to the group. They used it as a weapon, and it followed them, and it saved them at one point.
What?
Yeah.
Things and people can become fate-bound to you when you spend your legend.
And somehow they
Legend
wind
is
up-
the thing that you have that lets you warp reality.
We're fate bound to a dumpster.
So the
She put
reason
this
why
in
the
the
Elder
sacred
Gods
yes.
went to
Thank you,
Overworld
Lena.
and left the world is because the more believers you have, the more people who really believe in you. But the problem is belief is a two-edged sword. Belief, say you become stronger and someone believes that, I believe you're a great marksman. So, I believe in you, and I give you an extra dice because I believe in you. But the problem is, you're typecast like an actor. And if I don't believe you can do something, the opposite is the same. So
Where's my sheet?
I don't know, I probably stole it. So if you're typecast, like say Thor wants to be nice and sweet and nurturing, because this is Norse Thor, it's not Marvel Thor. Unfortunately, he can't because he's known as being a brute who knocks over mountains and, gets people drunk and throws them off the fishing boat. So he's typecast,
I think he's
basically.
just saying he wants to get his warm wet.
Oh man.
So,
Norse Thor's a
and the
douche.
gods realized the more time they spent in the mortal realm doing things, the more mortals saw them doing things, the more fate bindings that happened, and it was great to have worshippers, but it sucks to have worshippers at
There's
the
a
same
bunch
time.
of sheets. Oh wait.
That's Kelly's.
There we go.
Talk about
There,
blanks.
I'm like, where's
No,
my
no.
sheet?
Her sheet.
You gave it to me to read, remember?
Is it sophistic or just well? Is
So
it sophistic
anytime you want, when you roll, you can actually spend
Yeah,
a point of
it
legend.
is
You have
sophistic
16 of
well-being.
them.
Okay.
You get them out back fairly easy, and you can re-roll
It's-
to do a thing. So basically, you warp reality.
Wait, I thought your temporary
Oh,
legend was only
so-
up to your actual legend.
Your legendary
Solipsistic.
points is your legend squared.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's,
Oh, wow.
that's one of the mechanics that gets
Sophistic.
fucked. So if you're
Okay.
4, it's
I'm pretty
16
sure
points you can
Sappho's
burn.
not involved.
Am I gonna read it?
That changes a whole
I can
lot.
probably we can come up with a pencil for you. You won't really need
Oh,
much.
we have lots of pencils.
So just to give you an idea on your weapon, weapon speed is key in the game because it's Kelly's offering you a pencil. This has a cool mechanic called the dice wheel. When everyone rolls initiative, it's their join battle. It's how many d10s you roll, and you tell me how many 7s or higher you get. I'm touching the metal ones too. And then we go on the battle wheel of who goes first. 0 is the first person. Weapon speed moves you down the wheel that many ticks. So like, your uber cool sword only has a weapon speed of 3 because, you were smart and put a point of legend into your sword to make the sword bow 1 speed faster. Speed kills in this game. You can't have anything faster than 3. So when you swing your sword, you only move 3. Someone who has a sniper rifle has to roll 6.
I rolled
so
6
basically,
for my,
you get
6 for my bow.
you went with the big bow.
No, I went with the medium bow.
I thought the medium bow was 5.
Supposedly katanas are 6, so
Mm.
that's
Oh, you're
where I
right.
am.
It is 5. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say the medium bow is 5. It's
Big
it's
bow.
the long bow that's the 6. So as like if someone had a sniper rifle, you're attacking twice when they get to attack once. So it's just speed kills. Like Dan with his hand wraps, he had hand wraps to meet his punches lethal instead of bashing. He was like this uber boxer, son of Tyr. And you also have 3 powers. You're basically of the moon. You went with all 3 of the moon powers because it works for a huntress of the moon. So you have Smoking Mirror, which is nice because it's named after the Aztec ability Smoking Mirror. Where you can look up at the moon, spend a point of legend, and you basically get to see 360 around you as if you were looking down from a bird's eye view, which is really nice. You have Tidal Interference, which basically creates like a gravitational pull or push on things, which makes things harder to attack you or harder to run away. And then you've got Phase Cloak, which basically, depending on the phase of the moon, is how much you cloak yourself. You literally disappear from view. So you have your own cloaking system. And it basically translates to big perks on your stealth rolls. And then you've got Health 1, which is Assess Health. So you can spend a point of legend, look at a person, and immediately know what's wrong with them, if there's anything wrong with them. Which,
I thought you had to touch them.
No. Just have to look at them.
it's the Assess. It's the healing one and the fertility one that requires touching. Which the doctor has fertility, which works because in his backstory, he actually runs a fertility clinic there. Which is also why he got his powers, because he's a scion of the Aztec goddess of filth. And at one point, he worked at a fertility clinic before he was a scion. And
I always made a really bad
before
joke.
he was a scion, and he decided to help this woman with her fertility issue. And she went home and was pregnant. And then the husband found out a year later when they tried to do it again that it was him with the problem, not her with the problem. And she had some explaining to do. And then he got dragged off, because it is, Brazil, and dumped in a shallow grave alive, and that's when his visitation happened, where he found out he has
That's-
the ability of safely interred because the goddess of filth comes from the earth.
And that's why when you say you have your visitation or you've been tapped, that's when your divine parents or adoptive divine parents says, "Hey,
Congratulations.
you're recruited.
and then
Join
basically
me, boy.
Do you
ignite
want
your
to be
divine
a
picture.
scion?"
Because you can be a scion and never be tapped and go your whole life without, or the Titans, which are the bad guys, can come do the same kind of thing. The problem with the Titans is Titans don't have free will like gods and scions do. Titans are typecast, and they only have 4 dark virtues that literally it's their nature. So it's one of those of they can't flip the script. They're stuck with what they must do. So like Cert will eventually get his sword finished and burn the world down when Ragnarok happens. It will happen regardless, which is why Thor Ragnarok the movie. Everybody seen it?
Yep.
No, I don't know.
Oh, that's why I love the way the story played out because it's perfect.
Just
Yeah, not going to say anything but perfect. It's actually a really good movie to watch.
There's a lot of humor value.
Yeah. And, so Titans, they have to do what they have to do, which is kind of why the gods locked them up because they're all chaos.
the scorpion will always sting the toad.
Yeah. And Scions, because of course, Scions, you have free will, you can choose to be good, you can choose to join the Titans if you want. Your grandparents, basically, which is what the Titans are, can offer you power. They can say, hey, become my butt monkey, I will make you stronger, which they can do. Problem is, then you're usually someone's butt monkey, and the leash can be jerked pretty tight, and bad things happen.
They're not very nice. We need to open that hot chocolate.
Yes. Okay. Cody,
So,
would you be dear?
You also have Holy Bound, which basically means you can jump a ridiculous amount. You can jump 14 yards vertically and twice that horizontally. So you are the best basketball player in the universe. You do the whole hope jump.
Usually there's a guide. Is there a Carmel?
You have
I
the
love
power of
Carmel.
Cat's Grace,
Let's
which
see,
means you are
there
super
is
nimble. You don't trip.
Molasses chew.
And you have predatory focus, which means you're
yes,
like Wolverine when it
nut
comes to
caramel
smoke,
and
to
straight
smell.
up caramel.
If you spend a point of legend, you can literally
So let
track
me see if I can
someone
figure that out.
to the ends of the earth.
So we've
with sense of
got
smell.
vanilla cream,
Which is kind of why she
molasses
comes in
chew,
handy when you're looking for
covered
something.
chocolate peanuts, coconut cream,
And of course, when you
caramel.
roll your abilities,
Caramel.
accuracy
I'm
is
gonna
the
steal
number of
mine.
dice you add or subtract to your attack roll. So, like if you're using your bow, it's accurate +1, so you get to add 1 extra
Messenger
dice.
boy. I'm
So
gonna steal
this
the cashew
sword and
cluster.
this bow, are
It's
they
the
like
same
the
thing.
same weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it just did give you some versatility. So that way, if you get in close, you can change your bow to a sword.
Vanilla
Because one thing about
cream.
Scion, you are modern day, but for the most part, ancient weapons do more damage than modern weapons. Which is why usually we ad hoc it in our game that
Is there a
perception
coconut
adds to your
There is a
shooting
coconut,
skill because
it's just-
normally
yeah.
it would mean
As
guns
long
are
as there's no
useless.
nuts, Jim will
And
like
like
it.
since one of the major
Coconut cream
characters
for
has a
Jim, you get
50
the
caliber
coconut cream
pistol
bowl.
with a sliver of ammonia inside the firing pin. Eric Donnerson. He's a cool character. He
Do you have
also
a preference?
Just pick one at random.
Mm.
I don't think there's anything I hate, so
Hmm.
not in there anyway.
and when it comes to relics, I don't know where the companion book is, but there's a great reference in the companion book.
Did I pick good?
Oh, I
A
think
really
you
cool
picked
thing
good.
is when you
I
make your
think Jocelyn
character,
has it.
you can literally
What?
you make
The
up what your
companion
relic
book?
is. Like one of the jokes is Eric Donnerson.
This is the companion.
He's got a
book.
car cover for his Ram that if the car is destroyed,
Oh, you can't.
he throws the car cover over.
Push up.
At dawn, the car's back together. So it's just like Thor's goats. You can eat them, and on the next day they're back together.
What?
You never heard that story? And then and the fable, the myth goes that he goes to this one family's house, and
When him and Loki were going
Yeah,
to
they were
Utgard
traveling,
Loki's.
yeah. And so they meet this family. The family invites them in. Well, they're very, very, very poor. So they really don't have much, but they're offering what they can. So Thor says, well, here, we'll slaughter and kill my rams, and we can cook them. Just promise me that you won't, that all the bones will be left intact.
The bone and the sinew.
The bone and the sinew will be left intact. So they've got kids, and they all feast happily on these goats. Well, unbeknownst to Thor, the kids wind up cracking the bones and eating the marrow.
Oh.
So the next morning, when his goats,
Reconstitute.
reconstitute basically, yeah, one of them is lame. So at that point, kids are forfeit.
The
You will be
parents-
my vassals. You are my slaves.
Yeah, well, the goats are left to heal. The children are given to them as their,
Penance.
Because they're the ones that broke the goat.
Yeah.
That sounds very.
But it's cool
Norse.
because as the story goes, it then gives the story. The children are then the witnesses to all these different things that happen.
And actually participate because one of them's the runner.
Yeah, when they do the chase.
So when they
versus
go to
the giant.
Utgar Loki, and Utgar Loki gives them the tasks that they have to complete, one of them is a race, and the fastest of the children, the young ones, of course you can't outrun. What was it?
They have a foot race with the giant.
Thought.
Were they? Yeah, they were thought and memory, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
you can't outrun thought. You can't out-eat fire. You can't drink the ocean, and you can't lift the Midgard serpent.
Because the joke was, Thor.
Oh, and you can't beat time.
age. Old age.
Old age.
The hag was old age.
Yeah.
Because Utgar Loki challenges them because he's. It's funny how in the stories Loki and Utgar Loki get confused, the god of the frost giants versus the fire giant adopted. And he basically challenged them because, of course, you've been invited, hospitality. You can't start shit, but you can mock each other safely. And it comes
They
down.
have strawberry cream.
Mm.
He's a big fan of strawberry.
Good to know.
This one.
And when they do the foot race, the boy thinks he's racing a giant that they saw earlier, and it's actually Thought.
Odd.
And
I was expecting more like Reese's, but it was like creamy. Like cream peanut butter.
I think I will.
and then
go with-
Thor had to drink a drinking horn full of mead. Of course, Thor thinks I got this.
Ooh.
And
Okay,
Is it ever filling?
chocolate
the
is taken.
problem is, it's actually the ocean. Through his trickery magic of
I will
Utgar
take the
Loki,
vanilla cream.
Thor is actually drinking the ocean, and the trick is at the end,
Try
Utgar
the
Loki when he
vanilla
reveals
cream.
the reveal, he's like, and you actually lowered the ocean.
I'm gonna try that.
And then
Fruit and nuts.
when Thor has
Right
to
here.
show a feat of strength, he has to pick up this cat. There's a big black cat. And he reaches over. Of course, he picks up this cat and just can't lift it more than a hint off the ground. You end up finding out that's the tail of the Midgard serpent.
Mm.
And then Loki is put to a eating contest with another giant at the and there's a buffet table. And Loki is beaten to the end of the table because Loki's known for his appetite.
Yeah, and Thor tries to drink the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's right.
And you end up finding out that Loki was beating fire, which was consuming the food faster than he could.
Did you ever see that picture going around Facebook where there's like that parking awning that someone hit so it's all crumpled and there's a cat laying in the pen? And it's like, dragon in an illusion. That's what I thought with the cat.
Oh
Can't
my
lift
god,
it.
that's
That's
funny.
Just set Mjolnir underneath it and they go, boom. The cat will be like,
There's just too many good jokes when you have a hammer that can't be moved.
Mm.
Until damn Vision walks up and hands you your hammer.
Deadpool.
Did you
Just,
want
oh,
a
I got pee.
second,
It's on the...
Jazz? We started another round.
So if you ever
What
want to
would you
make
like?
a relic, they give you basic rules for what relics can do. So you can relics do like insanely cool things. It's not just Percy Jackson's pin that turns into a sword. Which
Maple?
I want to reread that
Maple
series.
two of
I
my
think.
oh the series is great. The movie
Oh, it was.
Murder. I love the last couple.
Did you ever read Aragon?
I read the first one.
I
Yes.
saw the movie.
The movie doesn't exist. We don't talk about that. The
It's
director needs to be
I was
quartered.
not
before.
impressed.
The book is reasonable.
I'm re-listening to it again after having listened to it last week, just because there's nothing better to do, and I forgot there was 4 books, so I thought it was a trilogy. So I just spent all of my Audible credits to buy them.
Well, it's a first book by a teenager,
Yeah.
so it suffers from some of those expected problems, but it's
Yeah.
not.
I enjoy the story. I don't go into it being critical.
No, I mean that.
I'm there for the ride.
I know, I like,
Plus,
I
you
like young adult
probably
fiction.
you probably have an attachment to it that would be different for me because I've read a lot of very similar stories when I was younger, and so I'm like, well, it's charming, but I could also be, Tolkien again.
I just can't.
I am going to try the vanilla buttercream.
Butter me.
You have
Liz?
to wait a month for that.
Do you want another
I-
chocolate?
Yes. Anything. Just
Any-
hand me the box.
This one.
All right.
Pretty much. Rule of thumb. Stick your thumb in the bottom. If it's yucky, put it back.
Solid.
That explains so much of my life.
Solid. Oh my god. gosh.
Oh, you went there, thank you.
No, I mean, yes, I did. I didn't start there.
It's an Aries
Jim.
thing. I think it's an Aries thing.
You horny bastard.
We're bad people.
We are bad people, but we're the bad people you want to know.
That's true.
We're the best of the bad people.
So, you've updated Liz.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited. Is this your first tabletop RPG? Have you played D&D or anything?
Since age 12,
Since age 12.
approximately.
All right.
I'm guessing. Maybe younger.
I left some of the wrapping.
Not sure what that means. I
My
don't
cat
think-
would be like, what's there?
Do you want me to read that intro again?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Since now we have,
Willing players.
well, we have like everybody. Okay. On this special day, love in all its forms flourishes across the world of mortals, thanks to the actions of a certain scion of Aphrodite, who 2 millennia ago insisted in the divine right of sharing love and bringing all couples together. On this day, to celebrate that saint and scion, the goddess Aphrodite sheds off her divinity to come to the mortal plane and serve as the goddess priestess at the Chapel of Divine Love in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then traditionally heads to the City of Love. In Paris, she goes to complete an act of divine love to refresh and worship all the virtues of love among the mortals, and usually concluding with the consummation of a future scion. But not this day. This day, something is different. Something is wrong.
Dun, dun.
Da! We should probably go around and tell a little
Mm-hmm.
about our characters.
Are we supposed to have backstories?
Well,
Rank
you
one up on the
can.
fly.
I have a short one.
We've got. All
You're
right. So
Dr.
while we're
Rico
going-
Suave. Come roll with it. Try to kill Jocelyn.
No,
Rico
I was
Suave.
going to have you go first, but this is
Oh,
fine.
okay, I know. You go first.
All right, you go first.
Okay.
Why don't you-
All right. My scion is Boeros. Boeros is the daughter of the god Eros, a mortal named Sylvie Eros. She was named after her mother's favorite musician and conceived from a one-night stand following a rock concert. Cheap trick. Music was her passion from an early age, particularly rock ballads. In college, she started her band Quiver with some of her friends and has since gained some notoriety. Bowie is the primary singer-songwriter for the band. Some of her more memorable song titles are Arrow to the Heart, Love Bolt, and Quiver and Shaft.
She really
The symbol,
shot into the future.
yeah.
Oh my
A
god.
symbol of her band is a quiver filled with arrows surrounded by an ornate bow. Bowie has the logo, which she designed, tattooed on her left shoulder. That tattoo is a relic. Yes, so her nature is libertine, and her vices are weed and sex.
420 all the
familiar.
way.
No, that character's was sex and alcohol.
All right, so I have got Dr. Cora Rose Swan, who's the modern day incarnation of Dr. Ruth meets Oprah Winfrey. Cora grew up with her mom, grandmother, and aunt in a household of women. Her mom had been a contender for a national fencing team, but she fortuitously met Angus, the god of love, at a fencing tournament. They fell deeply in love, shacked up together. Things progressed the way they do. Cora was born. Angus hung out for a year and then had to return to his godly duties. So Cora grew up with this family, not really knowing her dad, but her mom remembered the glory days of being a fencer. And so Cora followed in her footsteps as an Olympic fencer for Canada, which is where she grew up. She went to university, of course, and acquired her PhD in psychology. Always driven to be the best at anything, she pursued her career through several popular books about love, relationships, and about love relationships and moves straight into TV with a popular daytime talk show about sex, love, and pleasure, and which is called, let's see, we've got it here. It's called In the Bedroom with Dr. Swan. Let's see, all right. She also advocates for the benefits of social dance as healthy for the mind, body, and the sex life. She speaks English and French, of course, because she's a good Canadian. And two of her most popular books are Single Serenity, and Wise Women Want.
Bravo.
Thank you.
And you get a head shrinking, and you get a head...
No, it's more like, and you get a vibrator, and you get a vibrator. Everybody gets vibrators.
Check Uranus, it's already there.
Oh. It's usually under your seat with Oprah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Under, in...
good point.
You got it.
Under, but not in, because consent, you know.
Oh, yeah.
She's not just going to insert the vibrator without checking in first.
She's going to supervise.
She's going to ask for consent.
And everyone, if you push the button on your seat, it will begin vibrating. Please unwrap your vibrator.
The whole audience.
So relaxed.
Like that meme going around. Have you seen the Ray meme saying that when you put in new batteries in your vibrator?
No.
It's the scene where she's being arched because she's being held
Oh.
and squeezed.
Oh.
When you put in new batteries.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You weren't expecting the full power of a functioning Death Star.
I bet that is a vibrator out there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If not, that's an untapped market waiting to happen.
Ooh. All right, who's going next?
I can't.
Well, I
do
don't
a
have an
Brazilian
official
accent.
written history.
You don't have to have a Brazilian accent.
But I want
You
to.
have to do Brazilian accent.
I mean, I'm not going to do a Canadian accent.
Yeah, but I would.
You are.
I speak
Also,
Spanish.
urban
I'm so
Canadians
close.
sound a lot like urban Americans, so
You
whatever.
know, whatever. You have an accent. I've been to Canada.
Hey.
You have an accent. She beat me to it, eh?
No, I'm not from Newfoundland. I'm from like Toronto.
No. That's not Newfie.
That's
is
rural.
not Newfie.
That's rural.
Yeah.
Besides,
I had an uncle. Like, he is okay.
if she was Canadian, eh, she'd be
No,
apologizing. maybe 'cause she
Newfies
stole my
actually
line,
sound
eh?
very Irish.
So, we've got Mikey Masamichi. He's went to Yale as a young kid and excelled at quite a few things. He was one of the few Japanese descent people who was most of that experience was diverse, and he came out of it writing books for psychology, recommending fringe treatments primarily, and that has been most of his history.
So, who is your divine parent?
Amaterasu.
Hmm. So, how were you tapped? What was the introduction of being tapped? Was your life in peril? Did your God just say, "Hey, good job, here you go"? Let me shower you in relics.
Since there's a lot in Max, which is what he goes by, calling for valor, he was likely in the middle of coming home from a kendo lesson. His teacher has been very wise and guiding, and turns out that the person he was trying to defend was being attacked by something supernatural. And it was through surviving that encounter that he got a visit for the beauty of his practice, his blade form, and everything that came out during that encounter. For somehow it was this mortal was also being watched for when this event happened.
So the mortals themselves were something of importance, or the situation was almost fated to happen?
It was situational. It was something that was not intended to call Mac forth, but was fortuitous that it did.
And it showed your beautiful poetry in motion.
Pretty much.
And what relics did she give you? That's the best part of Scion, is the relics. I was still purple.
Kusanagi no Tsurugi. It's a weapon that was given to her originally by her brother. Storms and I don't remember.
Susano?
what. Yes. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. At least you two.
I'm Rico Suave. I'm Doctor of Love. You can't see it if you're listening in, but I am undulating my shoulders back and forth from
That's your
left to
shoulders?
right.
He's undulating something.
I was working in a fertility clinic, and when a woman came in who was unable to gain progeny upon this earth, and upon leaving she was pregnant, later finding out that it was her husband the cause of the unsuccessful trials. So they found out, and I was later attacked and thrown into the earth. Upon that situation, I was granted my knowledge of being an adopted child of Tlazolteotl
The goddess of filth and sexiness.
and the dirt. Dirty dirt.
You're a dirty girl.
But I am so smooth. Almost suave, even.
And then when you got your powers, everything else amplified.
Yes.
Because now you actually have the healing power of blessing of health or infertility. So you actually can make people who are not fertile.
Yes. Or can I make people who are fertile infertile?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the
Because
opposite
there
side
are some
of it.
people who should not
You have that ability as
pass
well.
on their intelligence. Or lack
Or the worst
thereof.
part is you touch the one of them and say, "Here's my card." Just drumming up business.
Yes.
You're evil. You're so evil.
One touch, give it. One touch, take it.
What happens if you touch over and over and over and over again?
Wow.
Do we have to
No,
keep count?
touchy.
Do we have to
Fertile.
keep count?
Not fertile. Fertile. Not fertile. Fertile.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
No,
whoop,
no,
whoop.
Kuzo.
You know, I knew a
No,
Scion.
touchy.
I knew a Scion once that forgot to touch herself and turn it off.
Yeah. That Scion wound up with a baby of Loki.
Yep.
Wow. How
We
late
didn't
is
quite.
too late?
It
to
took
turn
quite a
off?
while to figure out who the father was. It was a great night.
Oh well, now we have to give him backstory.
Was it
Let's
tricky
just say,
situation?
all of a sudden, my Scion of the goddess Freya, I love God. She was libertine.
Fertility.
Had a thing for sex and alcohol, no drugs.
And violence.
Literally instantaneously became a god in a split second, and kind of like went a little crazy, and pretty much there was this big party. She had multiple partners throughout the evening, and
Nothing wrong with that.
nope, and like,
Oh, there was
but
wrong for one of them.
unfortunately,
At least
she
one,
got pregnant.
At least one of them wasn't really wanting to, but all of a sudden he fell under the sway.
Yeah, he couldn't resist me.
Everyone in the party failed their willpower saves and gave into their worst vice.
Yeah. So,
Sandy was doing lines of coke in the balcony.
yeah. It was one hell of a party. Apparently the satyrs came because it was banging in
Not
Vegas.
the only thing.
Yeah. And my character wound up having sex with multiple people and actually wound up having Loki's baby.
As you do.
As one does. And but see, now at the time that he was seducing me, he stole the cloak from me, which then turned me back from a god into a god. Yeah,
That's just a tricky situation.
Oh yeah.
See, the problem is when she was drunk on power, she went drunk on power. She killed like all the major antagonists. Made sure that since she knows that in the future she could resurrect, she made sure that their bodies were unresurrectable.
Okay, I was really pissed.
She mutilated another god, another Scion, to the point where she killed herself.
No, I killed her.
Okay, you did
I
finish
ripped
her
out
off
her
after.
heart.
after, destroying her looks.
Hey, the bitch blinded me.
And then
To be fair, not only they came asking for my cloak, I said no. So then they attack me and my friends. Okay, then they blind me, attack me, throw me out a window 20 stories high. I can't fly.
Well, not in any direction. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, oh, I'm blind, mind you. Okay, but it just so happens because I was literally dying at this point. Okay, from severe injuries.
You were getting like 3-on-1 on that fight.
Oh,
It
I was
rough.
getting
Your
they were
team
all
completely
after me.
abandoned you.
And I activated my self-healing, which costed a point of legend, which triggered the
Magic
cloak,
power of the cloak.
because we didn't know what it did, which basically, now I find out, takes away my parents' divinity, gives it to me, and I sort of went, hell hath no, fury as a Scion scorned.
Little did
And he was dying anyways. I put him out of his misery. So the main guy who was in charge of this whole coup, he was already dying. I just kind of helped him
I was
along.
going to assure it.
I just made sure that nobody could,
She just put him in the trunk of his car, poked holes for the fire to get air, and lit it on fire.
Okay, and took his swords.
Yeah.
And then now her. Oh, that bitch.
Scion of Isis.
Sign of Isis, okay. Okay, so she blinded me. So I tried to blind her too. I did not succeed. Of course, I did literally try to claw her eyes out in the form of a raven.
Whereas the other gal used sun power.
Yeah. And then she got away from me, so then I found out what hotel room she was, and then I ripped out her heart.
As you do.
And then I went to party.
Did you put it in draft dirt?
And little
No.
did she know when she activated her legend to heal herself, wearing the raven cloak, which then lets you steal from one of
I
your
didn't
divine,
notice.
family tree. Somewhere out there was Freya doing her thing, who immediately went from, oh, powerful goddess, to, oh god, I'm hitchhiking on the street because I have no power.
Yeah.
So then, of course, the father of the Japanese Scion she killed, the mother of the Egyptian Scion she killed, and her mother all required a weregild of her for punishment.
Because apparently I did not know gods aren't allowed to just go and kill scions. They frown on it. It's not allowed. But I didn't know this, so they didn't kill me outright.
You're not allowed to go kill your nephews and your nieces. It's
Well,
kind of...
so I didn't know this, so instead of killing me, they made me do a bunch of,
Penance.
Community service.
And what were your wereguilds?
Okay, for the Japanese god, for 1 year I was not allowed to kill anything
Ooh,
at all.
He's a god of light.
This
Okay.
fly, these
For
mosquitoes.
Isis, I had to take the necklace and hold on to it for her other scion, as well as do some other menial chores, anything she asked for a year.
Priestly.
I basically had to
priestess
act as a
details.
priestess for her. Mom was pretty pissed. She actually, my character was a dancer. I was not
Of
allowed
the
to
exotic
dance for
kind.
a year. And then on top of that, I got pregnant and couldn't drink. So, literally, my libertine vice was also taken.
Ouch.
It was a good thing in story mode that year went by like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So, right before you all are summoned, what are you guys about doing?
I'm spreading fertility. What else would I be doing?
So, you as a band of scions, you know each other. You've worked together with each other. It makes life easier that way. And of course you guys split apart until you get the divine call of, hey, you hear the A-Team theme, and then you all get together and jump to the van and do what you do.
I hope we have something nicer than the A-Team band.
Do you?
Well, she's a successful TV star. So, yeah, I'm sure she's got pretty good...
She's got a
Me,
automobile
I
tucked
probably
away.
have an even worse CD van. You ever see Nick and Nora's?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that van.
Oh my gosh. Do you have the box of bras in the back too?
Well, I am a love goddess. I am the daughter
They're
of
from your
Earth.
conquest.
You've got appearance too. You don't need a bra. They can find her.
I have
So
appearance
does no one
4.
like the cherry cordials?
Is there a
Is
cherry cordial?
There are
Yeah.
2 of them.
I have
Do you like the
appearance
cherry cordial?
4, by the way.
The round ones that are left.
Pretty hysterical.
So, but yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want the other one for later.
Oh.
You can put it on your character sheet. Or
Chamberlain.
keep. Apparently the juicy.
If I want it later, I'll get it later.
I'll take the toffee. Half of the toffee.
Okay.
Regular ones,
Okay. So you guys have all received the divine summons, mainly because your friend is calling in a panic. Because now, which ones of you, are gods, children of gods of love?
Beauty.
So on this day, February 14th, you know that this is the day where you feel your power swell in your heart, just because it's
Well,
the day.
something's-
Not
Well,
just the
yes.
power.
Oh, that's not swollen.
And when you each woke up,
It
all
won't
of a
go
sudden,
away!
You felt
That's a
you
different god.
felt
That's Prius.
you felt something
Priapus.
wrong.
Priapus, thank you.
You felt something extremely wrong. Like there's a sunken hollowness in your chest.
Or exaltation, because it's another opportunity for success for Angus.
Serving size,
I mean,
3
you know.
balls. That's an odd number.
I am a competitive
Mm-hmm.
background.
And you realize within a few moments, easily, of like some voicemails you have on your phone, some text messages, some Facebook posts, whatnot, that apparently everyone had like the worst night before Valentine's Day ever. They're breaking up. People are getting into fights. You know, the newspaper boy is being a jerk. Just people, all of a sudden, those beautiful feel-good virtues like expression, loyalty, that love comes through, are turned dark and ugly. More like, you know, the dark virtues of Titans.
They're all asking for child support.
God.
Women are coming at you with condoms saying, "Get me fertile."
Without the condoms.
No, they're stealing it.
Oh.
Ew.
Wow. Here, it's a turkey
That is,
baster.
that
Okay.
is a thing
So-
that happens only in MRA's imaginations.
So not even my Maui Wowie is helping.
Your
use
Maui
the-
Wowie will work if you choose to use it, but there is going to be 2 dice lost on the normal roll. Unless you set the scene before you use your Wowie power.
No. One of my vices. Weed. 420.
Oh, I thought you meant your love power.
No.
No.
Live power.
Your weed is chill. I mean, you're just... You
Yeah,
know,
but that's not even taking off the edge.
Your
of
weed
the-
is dang.
It depends how much you're using. Are you using enough to affect you?
Just a little.
Oh, you don't have epic stamina. That's easy.
No, I don't.
That's one good, doobie.
And I'm hungry for chocolate.
So you feel a ping of pain, especially as close as you are to the source, Eros, Aphrodite, and you immediately get a cell phone text from Cupid.com, which you know is your dad's favorite texting service. Facebook, that's so yesterday.
Okay.
And he basically sends you a bunch of question marks and asks where you're at.
I'm in Vegas.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Someone
hey.
say it was fated.
Yeah, I'm in Vegas. I'm in like
Find grandma, followed by don't tell her I called her grandma.
You're so good at telling you called her grandma.
Don't you dare.
What are you gonna do?
Do you want the next 10 people you see to fall in love with you?
I can make that happen myself.
Yes, but it's not.
I mean,
people
how
you
devoted
want.
to serving me are they going to be? Or are they going to be like, clingy, we just met, we're engaged?
What's worse?
Like,
Because
fine.
right now, it's not loyalty and it's not expression to express. It's more of the dark, nasty virtues of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of the
Happy
obsession,
B-Day.
jealousy. It would be the 10 people beating each other up.
The weird Italian lady from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. Even though I've never seen that, but the fact that you're making that look.
She went on a date with this guy and suddenly they're engaged and she got put in jail for like going into his house and all these weird
That's
things.
not why she got put into jail.
Didn't she like...
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't remember.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that.
It's been a while.
Or like
She was
Stacy.
stealing.
So, you immediately are going to make a call to your friends?
Yeah.
Did you give them all Cupid.com profiles?
No. Group me.
Hey, bitches, we're needed.
So all of a sudden, group message goes out to everybody. Vegas, meet me here.
My assistant hands me my phone.
I got a heart on.
And by the way, by handing you your phone, your assistant
My
is
band's
the
name
rudest.
is Quiver.
Your assistant is like super rude to you. Even though she's not like losing it, she's being super rude.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Normally, she loves you and fawns over you. You are like the best thing since chocolate milk.
Do I have any perception or insight as to why my normally very stalwart and good assistant wants to lose her job?
You could go with an empathy and a perception, or empathy and something else.
Okay.
As we bust out the Linder chocolate.
Did you say
Yes,
Lind?
it- Linders.
Lind.
What is a messenger? Okay.
What is a what?
Uh,
It's messenger chocolate. It means that's where
I'm not a
they
fan
hid,
of cherry cordial.
that's where they hid the jump drive.
There's one left.
All right. So
that's my data taste.
I've got I've got a 6, a 9, a 3, a 4, a 5, 7.
Sevens and higher.
7 and higher. Okay, so I've got 3 successes. No, I've got 2 successes. Sorry.
Okay, and do you have any epic perception?
But I do have epic perception.
So that counts as a success too.
All right, so 3 successes.
You look at her and you immediately you're like about to bite back the whole.
Well, I'm probably about to give her a cool dressing down.
And then you look at her, and then you start reading her body language. This is not her. This is not the cute, lucky assistant that you fell in love with because she fell in love with you on TV.
I mean, I have better ethics than that. She came to my office for an interview as a proper person would.
Oh yes.
Don't take sycophants.
And her resume was fantastic.
Well, yes, it should be. She did graduate top in her class from Yale.
And you're looking at her and something is not physically wrong, but metaphysically wrong. You're just looking at her and you can sense there's like a cloud hanging over her heart right now. And that's when you kind of like look around and you see everybody's kind of acting that way because, you know, you're a great boss. Folks love working with you. The vibe is good at work. And all of a sudden there's this like miasma of dreariness.
Pent up frustration.
I do have epic charisma, so they probably do all love me.
Hmm.
Melanie.
And you can see she's got an almost apologetic look. She's almost feeling apologetic.
I need you to sit down.
She politely sits down.
I feel like you are not being fully in touch with your inner vision of yourself right now. That you're allowing some force outside of you to control how you're behaving. This is not you, Melanie. You want to tell me what's going on today?
It's just not fair. I mean, I have feelings too, and no one accepts that I have feelings.
Melanie, what do I always say about feelings?
I don't know. Just get in touch with yourself.
That you own your own feelings. It's not anyone else's responsibility to own your feelings for you. You own them. Don't let the responses and reactions of other people belittle your feelings or cause you to think that you've lost control over how you feel and how you react. So why don't you tell me how you feel right now, Melanie?
I should cough because I can't do high-pitched chick voice on the coffee desk.
That's
You're just
Wow.
oh yeah.
holy fuck.
And she looks and goes, I know I should feel bad, but he had it coming. All 4 of his tires, they had it coming. He looked at another woman.
All of a sudden, Chicago is playing in my. He had it coming. He had it coming.
He only had himself to
blame.
If you'd
He'd
have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
I mean, I know it's not your fault. It's nothing you did, but he was looking at one of your posters, and he doesn't look at me that way. And you're getting the idea that she's being like unrealistically jealous,
Right.
especially since you know her boyfriend is completely committed to her.
So her boyfriend has not wronged her anyway. This is an important question
This
right
is
now.
a very important question,
Because
and he did not wrong
Did you
her.
tell him about your?
My geese? No, I don't think I've had a chance to tell him.
No, you
I
haven't.
have a duty geese that should I discover in some way that someone's committed partner, romantic involvement is betraying their trust or, wronging them in some way.
Cheating.
I have to say something and speak
Oh,
up.
that's a good geese for love, God.
Isn't it?
That's good. You guys did put some work into this.
We did.
So good. He hasn't actually done anything.
You're getting from the way she's just spouting, and she's getting even more angry. You can tell this is an unrealistic anger she's feeling for him for looking at a poster of you when he was waiting to pick her up from work. And she goes on to tell the story, of how yesterday it was okay, but today it's just not right.
So, Melanie, is this the way you want to behave? Is this the version of yourself you want to exhibit?
And you're being completely reasonable with her, and she just kind of looks at you, and you get this weird sensation when she looks at you like dead in the face, and you're getting cold, dead snake eyes. And she's like, "You're right. I should be even more angry at him." You're just sensing that there's something twisting this poor young woman's heart.
Do I?
Practically wringing it out at the moment, it seems.
Right! A little bit. So, does my... That's like a... Where is it? Companion book.
What would you like? The
companion book or the
there's
original?
only one of those. And it's right here.
Thank you.
You are. These walk like banana. I know. I'm so glad when I picked up the second copy of Hero, and I got it for only $3.
No, it's hard to
Damn.
get these.
Are you kidding?
secondhand.
When God went up to like $86 for a copy, I'm like, I'm just gonna buy the PDF from Drive Through RPG.
Ouch.
Because the PDFs are nice. The real official PDFs, not the bootleg PDFs.
But I still love having the books.
Yeah, nothing beats the books.
Yeah, just hard copies.
Okay, no, that won't help me. But something's wrong here.
Yeah,
obviously.
something is definitely pinging the supernatural radar here that something is seriously wrong. And when you look around, you're kind of seeing it, it's sparking with other people too, but it seems to be hitting the hardest folks were the folks who loved the hardest. It's almost like one of their limbs has been taken off and twisted into something evil and nasty. I mean, turning a virtue dark, that's big.
That's
I mean,
bad.
That's
That's
major.
bad.
epic.
Yeah, that is epic. I am going to use my inspirational figure knack
Okay.
to...
You're gonna make a scene so everyone...
Yes.
You are the commander-in-chief.
Right. All right, every one of you. I'm looking around here, and I'm seeing nothing but great faces on our biggest day of the year that we're all the day of the year we're all committed to sharing how much we respect and support the power of love. And you all look like someone stole your kitten and set your chocolate box on fire.
Oh.
This is not what I want for all of you. I hope you know how much I love each of you, because we're more than a team here. I handpick you. I mentor you. You're more than friends to me. You're part of my extended family. And I believe in you and your happiness. And what I want for each of you today is to take a personal day, see my secretary, take that gift certificate she's going to hand you and go have a spa day. And don't call me for 24 hours until you have had some quality self-time to realign with the vision that each of you crafted at the beginning of the year for your goals going forward. Okay?
And with that, they kind of perk up and they're like,
Gonna have to make a call to my secretary.
bust out the pink gift book box.
Yes.
It's a
Everyone's
code
going
red.
to the spa. Don't ask. You go to the spa too. Don't talk to me for 24 hours. I have to go to Vegas, apparently.
As your phone kept blowing up from someone texting you.
Yeah, I was like, got a heart on in Vegas.
Purple heart, red heart, green heart.
But there's arrows through it.
Of course there are, because that one always sends me hearts with arrows.
Hello.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, this is my logo.
That's adorable.
It's all over my cell phone screen right now. The GIF, the exploding hearts.
And Love Bolt's ringtone is coming up on your phone.
I didn't even
No, quivering shaft.
and I didn't even program it into my phone.
Because I
so
did.
It's even more distressing.
Okay.
Because
so,
I'm a libertine and I'm gonna just do it because it's fucking fun.
So before I have my secretary, go off for 24 hours of rest, I'll have her book a flight for me to Vegas and head out.
do you want the plane ready?
I mean, I don't have that kind of money, but
Do you?
I don't know. I am like
If you're Oprah,
Yeah, you're
Yes.
if you're Oprah,
I
which
do-
one of the planes would you like ready?
I do want the plane ready, the black one. It's will attract less attention.
Do you want the blue-eyed stewardess or the brown-eyed stewardess?
I mean,
And by stewardess, I mean
The
steward.
stewardesses are at the spa.
yeah, everybody is at the spa.
She'll be piloting the plane herself.
That's
Do you?
no.
No, you would actually have to have
She's
control in
going
that.
to be spending her points of legend to fly a plane.
No, it will be the calm, collected, and
Very robotic pilot.
the one who's
All
not
businessman.
Colin.
Yes, Colin.
It's from the movie Spy.
Oh
She
yes,
kept calling the pilot Colin, and it's not his name.
it's Colin, the pilot. Colin. Yes.
Don't say Colin!
Okay, so
Sorry, just couldn't resist.
No, it's good.
while you're doing your warm-ups, getting ready to practice, you're noticing people are bickering because, of course, I'm sure with your presence, quite a few performers are hooking up together. So
Just about this time, I'm sure that I also get a bunch of texts saying we're canceling the event
Are
tonight.
you okay?
because the ticket booth has gotten into a fight, and the printer for the
Oh no, I mean the other event where we have a close knit group from Yale, and occasionally we just all get together and make it.
I can't get up to California.
that event.
That event. And I'm sure that people are getting extra nasty at the dojo. So
Mhm.
Help me feel better.
You get a couple. You see a bunch
And
of
I'll
cheap
go
shots.
back.
happen.
Nah, I'm leaving where that lives.
I had my cherry cordial.
I'll eat it.
There we go.
Argument settled. The last of the box of chocolates is empty.
The box is empty. But we still have more chocolate.
Yes, good.
Okay, so you're getting this definite
My
vibe
heart's
that
not
the
the only thing that's gonna
vibe.
go 3 sizes. Wait.
Oh, it should be beating faster than that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you're noticing that it's just the vibe's horrible in here, and you know
Did you try changing the batteries?
It's like,
eh,
meet me, lounge, Heartbreak Hotel.
Of course, it's the Heartbreak Hotel.
Exactly, something ain't right.
Well, the broken bed spring didn't sound as good. It is.
No.
that's the no-tell motel right there.
Or just a hard-hitting hotel.
Oh my god. Alright. Heartbreak.
Oh,
What's
no,
happening?
no. Sorry. I have a suite at Caesar's Palace. Because, of course, you know. Cupid is the...
Careful, they'll stab you in the back.
Cupid is the Roman version of Eros. So.
Oh, fair.
There we go. I have a suite at the Caesar's Palace.
Okay, so you're getting the messages as you're just seeing like little tips break out everywhere.
Let's get a nice head on it for being clad.
Oh, good.
Just everywhere. Well, I'm going to go to my my teacher first, the my instructor, sensei, and give him a bow and greet him and say, "Sir, I might recommend running people through some drills today. Seems tensions are high."
Yes, I think I need extra solo practice. Not many.
She said.
Not
be that
many
kind
of
of
the
Yes,
students
it
are
is.
keeping
Yeah.
composed as you and I.
Most guys,
I even feel myself feeling strange today.
Oh dear.
Yes. Well, apparently it has something to do with Vegas. That's where I'll be going. I'm so sorry to skip out on our lesson today, but it is an urgent matter.
I understand. Next week you will clean the mat at the dojo as punishment for missing your class, but you must do what you must do.
Of course.
And you just see him kind of like smile at you. He's like, punishment, but you know, you were going to do it anyway.
More or less.
Is it cleaning the mats or cleaning the mats?
Who do you think got the mats dirty in the first place?
Uh-huh.
I didn't say mat work today. You too, get off the mat.
Okay, and he basically, barks some orders, and you see everybody gets up to their practice dummies and start whacking away, and they're pissed. There's no
They're
form.
really
it's
trying to get
anger
out
hits,
those-
and you can just see that people aren't their usual happy self.
I stop by my place first to pick up my sword,
Okay.
and I get on the road.
Now, do you keep your sword with you? I mean, what your relic sword?
Yeah.
Does it have any perks? I mean, a Scion's sort of like Highlander. You can always keep your sword hidden on you too. Type of thing.
It allows me the access to the psychopomp power I have,
Mhm.
but beyond that, it's a. I mean, yes, it's a very expensive sword. I didn't know I had hammer space, so if that's the case, then it would be on me.
Okay. So yeah, you can have the secret trench coat that hides your katana in the background. That's why a lot of folks go with the Scion weapons that shapeshift to something.
Yeah, mine transforms.
Spear that turns into a dagger. Tattoo that summons your weapon from like miles away.
That's very handy.
That's always a
That's
good
mine.
one.
Because I'm a rock star, of course I got tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
This is my tattoo.
Super handy.
So are you just jumping in the car and running to Vegas? Or a cool Kawasaki motorcycle?
It's definitely a fully enclosed car, but
Anyone like more wine?
yeah, we'll do that.
Oh,
Anyone
no,
who's
I'm good.
drinking wine like more wine?
I am.
What kind?
It's the red
Red
variety.
We have yet to
Is it
try it.
sweet?
Oh, you should try it.
It's,
right?
no, it's not very sweet.
Is it more like a port?
Mm.
No.
Port is sweet.
Port is sweet.
Also, port
It's-
is fortified.
Yeah.
It's not like super dry. But it's not sweet.
Medium.
Because we just bought it for the bottle.
I will.
It's a good bottle.
I'll drain this and you can give me a splash.
Especially if you get the app.
Have you heard of a calamocho? What's in that? Rum?
No, right now it's just Coke.
Red wine and Coke is a calamocho. It is like this. Drink some.
Must get your portions correct.
Yes.
As Dr. Loves at a winery.
Having a calamocho.
I've never heard of a calamocho.
Liz has told me
Oh
about
wait,
this.
yeah. Weren't you there when I told
Oh!
Jocelyn about it?
Yeah, briefly.
Yes.
Because I was.
cola and red wine. It like there's this synergy that happens,
It's-
and it's like fruity and really
It's with the diet.
really good.
I had my drink.
Okay.
Oh, no, thank you. I was going to go for just straight wine later.
No,
Oh, you
thank
can't
you.
have it.
Nope.
After I
I
finish
switched
my
over.
diet and my
It's
rum.
okay.
Okay, so you're getting your car now. Do you have a driver or is it just you?
It's just me.
Okay.
I mean,
It's
I'm not a
good
stunt
for
driver,
hot
but
nights.
if I'm going to have a car this expensive, it shouldn't be in somebody else's hands.
Very true.
You do have one dot of control for
It's
automobiles, so
self-driving.
you're
Yes,
better than the average bear.
I know.
Almost like verging on a stunt driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially since you have, willpower, virtues, and, legend that you can spend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody that's got virtues, by the way, we didn't really cover that. Your dots and virtues are a bonus that you can use. For as many dots as you have, you can use it that many times in the in-game session. And when you use a virtue, like say you're using Valor to be valorous and to do this great thing, you can check the box below and then add that many dice to your action. But you can only do it the number of times you have the virtue.
So if I had wanted, during my speech to my staff, I could have used expression and I could have done a dice roll rather than just being like, I'm using my knack.
And
Gonna be charming.
each pantheon has different virtues that they're based on. So, like, you two are going to have the same 4 virtues, but you
Because
of course,
we're both-
pick different numbers. And it's your 2 highest virtues that go together to become your willpower.
I know, forget that, I'm sorry.
It's
okay.
We'll give you a moment to get past them. We're all going to look at you.
No, we're not. We're gonna find out what the fuck's going on in Vegas.
So, Dr. Love, are you at the Vegas Symposium? The Doctor's Symposium?
Yes, as a guess.
Fate's a bitch in Scion. Okay, so what are you doing in Vegas?
Well, currently I'm in a hotel on the strip rolling out of bed with a lady compatriot friend of mine.
Just one.
Just one for now.
Just one lady.
To go relieve myself, and then she grabbed my leg. She's like, "You're not allowed to leave."
Enrique is there too.
He's the masseuse.
Misuse the masseuse. Wow.
So all of a sudden you're in your room all wrecked as it is from the thralls of fashion. As your phone starts bzz, bzz, or you have a ringtone that sounds like the Brazilian tree toad. Sounds like a hiccup. It's actually like the love mating call of the frog. It's very romantic and sexy. In
Oh,
Brazil.
is it?
Oh, is it?
It must be.
I mean, to another
Okay, then.
frog.
If you use it as a come on line, it is.
Just my throat jumps and undulates.
Are you doing anything special?
I was gonna go use the John, but creeper lady in bed's grabbing onto me.
Stage 5
There's
clinger.
nails.
I
I'm
mean, well,
surprised.
actually, you know she's being super possessive
Yeah.
for someone you just met.
She's digging her nails into my forearm. And I'm just
Lord.
looking at
And
her.
not in the nice way.
Now, one of your knacks,
Well, beyond
did you
cat
notice
scratch
her
fear.
digging the nails in?
I mean, this is an obvious
Okay.
you're doing
Okay,
this.
your whole pantheon's totally into the blood
They're
thing.
S&M. Like one of your abilities, you can stab
What is-
yourself and get legend points back. Because you're into the self-mutilation. The Aztec Pantheon are all cutters. A lot of times they're about other people getting cut, but...
They do. I
Blood,
mean,
blood.
Some of the native Central Americans do self-sacrifice as a form of.
yeah, well, there's
Yes.
your power, if it was to evolve, actually, you take a hit in the face on purpose in front of everyone to see your sacrifice, and you get points back. You do also have, for your epic stamina, an ability that if you don't see a shot coming,
Yes, I read that one.
yes, that's a very good power. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking if you realized she
Holistic
was
well-being.
scratching. Yeah.
You know,
If you don't believe you got hurt, you didn't get hurt.
Yeah, no, I was like, I saw this. I'm like, oh.
Until you turn around, the guy's got the gun in your face, and you're screwed.
Hey.
But if you don't see the sniper from 2 miles away shooting you with the 50 caliber, that bullet was just flying.
Never happened.
I've got a steel plate in my brain.
And from that one time.
Buzzing applies to you.
So you're getting the buzzing of the phone as your romantic suture's not wanting to let go.
I'm just gonna shake
She
her
does the
off.
whole, is that another woman?
It's all of the women.
You bastard! And she throws a pillow at you.
I'm just gonna put it over her face for now. Not like smothering. Not smothering. Just like hold it there so she has to like.
What's your strength?
Not smothering,
Oh my
but
God,
holding
he's
it
not-
there.
Not smothering. Just holding it
Just
there as like a muffle
restraining.
as I answer my phone.
Jesus
So he's actually answering the phone to talk to you.
Yo, Rico Suave.
Yes.
I like time to meet you.
As you hear a lamp break because one hand or leg.
Meet me in my suite in Caesar's Palace.
Oh, that's just down the strip. Cool. I
What is
might.
that noise?
Just you don't know who she is yet.
Oh, okay,
It's
gotcha.
alright. Yeah, no. I
Nudge,
will-
nudge, wink, wink, say no more.
Nudge is as good of a wink as a light back.
Oh my god.
Yes. We all should have taken advantage of that and said yes. Just stop for a minute. I've got a headache. How's it feel, bitch?
You know, there's a cure for that.
Hair of the dog.
Or doggy style.
And hair pulling. It didn't say what you have to do with the hair of the dog.
Ah, yes. So,
I suppose.
meet me there soon.
Alright, I'm on my way. I've got to find my pants. Click.
Or not. I am a libertine.
Uh-huh.
I am slab.
And
Although I
then,
feel like even in Vegas that doesn't fly.
and then comes the last message or phone call to the one person who's not on the love train.
Yo,
Because
cuz.
you're the only non-love god there, the group. After all, your mom's completely opposite of what their parents stand for.
What's up, dog?
Hey, cuz. Alright.
Except out.
Shit's going down. Something's not right. Getting the band back together.
Can't this wait? I'm in the middle of like a major scientific breakthrough.
Dude, it's V-Day. Get
Yeah,
your ass over
and?
to Caesar's Palace.
Fine.
Shit's happening. Okay?
I'll be right there.
Nothing.
But she found the secret to postponing the male orgasm.
I don't think that's of interest.
I mean, hopefully someone's discovered the female
It's like,
one.
screw the
She's making the
postponing
men
it.
last longer.
Okay, maybe for some men. But it's like they need to be able to, recuperate faster.
I mean, there are some people who have no refractory period.
Oh, numbers, please.
Oh my
What's
god.
my number in your phone? But you're also- both of us are married.
No, Rico, when did you get married? I certainly am not married.
Don't worry, Rico. It's not legal in this country.
It was in Brazil.
It's not recognized.
It was a tribal thing.
With the frogs again?
That's how it
It's the
goes.
southern staring frog of southern Sri Lanka.
I carry this toad in my wallet. Give me your money. My toad is my wallet. Make a deposit, please.
A toad purse. Okay, so you guys are all converging.
Yes.
Thankfully, as fate would have it, you were all within
Ah,
straight lines
as
of each
fate
other.
would
Yes.
have.
Oh, as fate would have it.
It
Boom,
was.
boom, ching.
It was almost like it was meant to happen.
What are we, Acer?
As if things are preordained to happen.
None of us are ace here, are
No.
we? No.
So you guys are together. You're discussing, what's going on. You've realized that between getting all together and the fact that her eggs Benedict were crap, that
It's all in the holidays, and you just stop staring.
Oh, no.
You're-
It's
you're-
not.
your eggs Benedict were kind of like scrambled eggs in the middle. So you guys get together. You realize shit's going down. The hearts of men and women worldwide are withering and darkening.
Yeah, they are
My kind of
really, really, what's the term for
Salty.
something, harshing my buzz.
Harshing
Not
my
salty.
tongue.
They are
Sour.
harshing my buzz.
It's like wine that someone forgot about and it turned into vinegar.
You know, I'm
Well,
gonna
whatever's
have to write a
happening, it
song
also
about
in San
this.
Diego, so where is it happening?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
You're all getting, when you start swapping stories, from Chicago. Is that
Broken
where you're based?
Arrow. Song writes itself, man.
You must be the progeny of Willie Nelson.
I'm in
God,
LA.
no.
You're in LA?
Yeah, it's much better for the production.
That's just like an
Also
hour
legal.
flight.
Yeah, no.
Not even. It's like 45-minute flight.
It's true. I'm there very quickly and on time, even though they didn't know there was a time schedule. I knew there was a time schedule, and I made it on time.
Amazingly.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly on time. I'm always on time.
Even if you sent the situation I'm in.
Hi, Fiona.
So, what are you going to inform your fellow Scion compatriots? Other than your pot dealer who used to love you, told you to, kick sand and hung up on you.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Okay. All right. Looks like Aphrodite might be AOL or AWOL. Excuse me. Sorry. Hey, you spent 12 years working for the company and then
using Maui Wowie.
Yeah.
AWOL. It seems to be AWOL. Okay, which I'm thinking has a strong correlation to this whole fucked up bad attitude that we're seeing from everybody. They're all pent up.
Trust me, they're not pent up. Release doesn't make it better.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Because it is interesting how you guys are seeing different aspects of how the dark creatures are translating.
It's like, yeah, really harshing my buzz.
So
This is like
That's a mild
the
way to
fun.
put it.
This is like the fun day, okay? Where we get to let our
And
love
the funny
flag
thing is you
fly.
really don't care about that.
Well, I was hoping to film a special about, the importance of special romantic moments in any relationship, even if they might be created by marketing or by the hallowed traditions of a certain pantheon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
What kind of gift you hide under our chairs this time?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Ooh, you guys are getting snippy with each other.
We all know
Oh, that's
Scion
just our
Valentines was
relationship.
real and he was a cuz. Okay. Alright, so
Listen.
let's hear it for love. Oh, I gotta write that down.
There'll be a new St. Valentine ballad.
So, did your progenitor leave a message or decide to take a me day? Do you have any information?
He told me to find Grandma.
Ooh, you say that to them? Ooh.
Yes. Hey, all he asked me to was not to mention it to her. Didn't say anything about my friends.
So,
Or
put that
apparently
in context
swearing.
for somebody who doesn't have it.
That Grandma Aphrodite is technically my grandmother.
Ah.
So, and does not like to be referred to in the grand sense, as in,
Of course she's grand, but anyway, that's beside the point.
True. Alright, so now normally her gig is she does this Valentine's Day gig at this chapel in town, so I think we should check it out. Normally after that she pops on over to Old Paris and usually parties until she gets consummated.
Right, I'm
We're
just
not talking
making
the soup, are
a
we?
note.
How many
Some
does your
lists.
plane seat? Can you fly cross continental?
Sure.
I'll just put a note in to my pilot to
File a flight plan.
make arrangements for a trip to Paris at some point today.
Oh yes, how is Colin?
He's perfectly adequate and up to the job.
Well, apparently it's affecting most everyone. Today?
No, she's like this normally.
Oh, well.
It's okay.
You and I have very different memories of Istanbul.
I remember Istanbul very well.
What happens in Istanbul stays in Istanbul.
Oh, but we tease about it.
Really good weed.
No, you never did. Make that personal plan about your life goals for the coming year, and it's just Maui Wowie with you.
I'm
all
playing
the
the garden!
Is that all you want out of life?
That's all I need out
She
of
wants
life.
a bigger garden.
You really should look for
Far
vertical
more
farming. It
plants.
looks so much better.
Oh my goodness. All right, I've put plans in place. Made some notes.
So where's this chapel?
Who you're
Let's
gonna
go to this chapel.
condemn
Yes.
to a
Alright, we're gonna head to the chapel.
star foretold doom of love this year?
Don't condemn anyone to dooms of love. I help them find true love. It's what we do in my family. True love, poetry.
Love, true love. Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. And love, true love.
Most blessed of all
Division.
You know they are funny.
On the battlefield, I'm a warrior, ready to kill or be killed. I've defeated orcs from the north, sent Kandorian demon spawns back to the depths, and drank with Cimmerian heroes. But when I get back from a hard day of disemboweling my enemies, I enjoy nothing more than to open my castle doors and find a dungeon crate as my reward for blood well spilled. Designed for role players and tabletop gamers, Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service with a treasure hoard of loot you can use on or off the battlefield. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So what say you? Are you ready for postal glory? Oh boy. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Hey guys, Jim here from Creative Play and Podcast Network. Just want to let you know on our Facebook page, we'll be posting soon that we've got a Kickstarter that starts this week, the week of February 12th. Go ahead and go to facebook.com/Creative Play and Podcast Network. Jump on in the conversation. Let us know what it is you'd like to see as rewards. Let us know basically what you guys would like, because we want to make sure we're sharing and making you guys part of the show. So come on to our Facebook Live, join the conversation, and check out Kickstarter. It'll be for D&D Journey of the 5th Edition's 2018 season, but you know how that always bleeds over to all our podcasts because it's all one big family network. So come on, check it out. Let us know what you're interested in because, hey, you're part of the show too because we make this so we can listen it and you can listen too. All right, guys. Thank you for listening.